If you've ever stood beneath a starlit sky and watched a comet blaze through the darkness, you've likely felt a sense of wonder at these celestial visitors. Throughout history, comets have been seen as omens, signaling change, stirring fear, or inspiring awe. Yet in the last 50 years, the narrative surrounding these icy wanderers has dramatically shifted. We've moved from merely observing their fleeting beauty to embarking on missions to study them up close. For centuries, scientists have pondered the origins and nature of comets. Where do they come from, and how do they form? The turning point came in 1986 when the first spacecraft was dispatched to Halley's Comet, providing vital images and insights. However, photographs alone could not unlock all the mysteries that comets held. To truly understand their composition and structure, a more hands-on approach was necessary. This led to two ambitious missions launched between 1999 and 2005, both aimed at different comets but ultimately converging on the same target, Tempel 1. I'm Alex McColgan, and you're watching Astra. Join me as we delve into the extraordinary story of Tempel 1, exploring how both the Stardust and Deep Impact missions played pivotal roles in uncovering the secrets of this fascinating celestial body. By the early 1990s, our knowledge of comets was still quite limited. As of 1999, NASA had launched 8 different spacecraft to study various comets, yet many questions remained unanswered. Only a handful of these missions had succeeded in making close approaches, with notable flybys of Halley's Comet. Most scientists were still left wondering about the internal structures and compositions of these mysterious icy bodies. In 1999, NASA scientists proposed an innovative mission to address these uncertainties. They aimed to create a crater on a comet by deploying an impactor spacecraft that would collide with the comet at high speeds. The target chosen for this ambitious endeavor was Comet Tempel 1, known for its distinctive elongated shape, measuring approximately 8 kilometers in length and 5 kilometers in width. There was considerable speculation about what the impact would reveal. Would the impactor simply penetrate the surface like a snowplow through a drift, or would it create a significant crater that could offer insights into the comet's structure? The project received approval, with a budget of $330 million, and was aptly named Deep Impact. Interestingly, this name coincided with a 1998 Hollywood film about a similar theme, though NASA claims the two were named independently. This serendipitous overlap was remarkable, given that the film depicted a scenario involving scientists trying to prevent a catastrophic meteor impact on Earth. Deep Impact consisted of two main components, the larger mothership, known as the flyby, and the smaller impactor. The flyby weighed approximately 601 kilograms and housed sophisticated scientific instruments, solar panels, and a debris shield. Equipped with 2 high-resolution cameras, the High-Resolution Imager, HRI, and the Medium-Resolution Imager, MRI, the flyby would capture images before and after the impact. The impactor, weighing 372 kilograms, was smaller but contained its own camera, known as the Impactor Targeting Sensor, which would transmit images right up to the moment of impact. Public interest in the mission soared when NASA invited people to submit their names to be included on a CD placed on the impactor. An astounding 625,000 names were collected, which added a personal touch to this scientific endeavor. Furthermore, the decision to time the impact for July 4, Independence Day in the United States, added to the excitement, evoking the imagery of a cosmic fireworks display. Deep Impact launched successfully on January 12, 2005. However, shortly after leaving Earth's orbit, the spacecraft encountered a glitch and entered safe mode due to an apparent overheating issue. Fortunately, engineers quickly identified the problem as a minor programming error. Once corrected, Deep Impact resumed its mission, embarking on a 6-month journey that would cover a staggering 429 million kilometers. During its voyage, the spacecraft performed 2 course corrections, one of which was so precise that a third was deemed unnecessary. On April 25, 2005, Deep Impact captured its first images of Comet Tempel 1, now approximately 130 million kilometers away from Earth. With a communication delay of several minutes, scientists relied on the spacecraft's autonomous systems to guide it toward its target. On June 29, the impactor successfully detached from the flyby and positioned itself in the comet's path for the impending collision. This strategic maneuver ensured that the impactor would strike the sunlit side of Tempel 1, optimizing the conditions for photography and maximizing the kinetic energy upon impact. On July 4, 2005, just 1 second off the planned timing, the impactor collided with Tempel 1 at a staggering speed of 37,000 km per hour, releasing energy equivalent to 5 tons of TNT. The impact generated a brilliant flash that illuminated the comet's surface, far brighter than scientists had anticipated. However, the success of the impact led to an unforeseen challenge. The collision kicked up a vast dust cloud that obscured the flyby's view of the newly formed crater. For the next 13 days, dust and gas continued to be ejected from the comet, peaking 5 days post-impact. This outgassing provided valuable insights into the internal dynamics of Tempel 1 but hindered efforts to observe the impact site directly. Fortunately, other telescopes, including Hubble and Swift, as well as many amateur astronomers, captured images of the event, allowing scientists to gather data despite the limitations. While the impact was a resounding success, the cloud of dust prevented scientists from fully answering their questions about Tempel 1's internal structure and composition. It was clear that further exploration was needed. Thankfully, another mission, Stardust, was already on its way to contribute to this scientific endeavor. Stardust was initially launched on February 7, 1999, with the goal of studying Comet Wild 2. At that time, much about comets was still unknown, and scientists believed they originated from foreign material beyond our solar system. The hope was that by capturing samples of dust from Wild 2, they could compare isotopic compositions and determine whether these materials were distinct from the dust generated by our own sun. The challenge lay in matching the high speeds at which comets travel, up to 160,000 km per hour, without expending too much fuel, as this would increase the mission's costs. Stardust's design included an innovative mechanism for capturing particles traveling at incredible speeds. Rather than colliding with the particles and potentially damaging them, Stardust utilized aerogel, an extremely light material composed of over 99% air. This innovative substance acted like an airbag, slowing down particles gradually without destroying their structure. Stardust's aerogel collector, roughly the size of a tennis racket, contained 90 blocks of aerogel, providing over 1,000 square centimeters of surface area for capturing samples. In addition to collecting dust from Wild 2, the spacecraft also gathered particles from the interstellar medium, allowing scientists to gain insights into the broader composition of our solar system. After 5 years of travel, Stardust reached Comet Wild 2 on January 2, 2004, and its findings were nothing short of revolutionary. Instead of the expected bland appearance of the comet, scientists encountered a surface marked by towering spires, steep cliffs, and massive jets of dust and gas, features that suggested an active, self-renewing surface. Most astonishingly, there were no visible craters, challenging previous assumptions about the comet's history. Following its encounter with Wild 2, Stardust successfully ejected its sample return capsule, SRC, as it approached Earth. The capsule had to enter the atmosphere at a precise angle to avoid being destroyed or skipping back into space. With great relief, Mission Control observed the capsule's safe landing in the Utah desert, marking a successful conclusion to the mission. Upon analysis of the samples collected from Wild 2, scientists discovered that the comet did not originate from another star, as previously believed. Instead, it was formed within our solar system, providing fresh insights into the complex processes that shape these icy bodies. Among the samples were structures that indicated high-temperature formation processes, fundamentally altering our understanding of cometary origins. Moreover, the discovery of the amino acid glycine in the samples added another layer of intrigue. Glycine is a vital building block of proteins, suggesting that the fundamental components for life could have been delivered to Earth by comets like Wild 2. This tantalizing possibility opens new avenues of exploration into the origins of life on our planet. Despite its accomplishments, Stardust still had fuel remaining, and in 2006, it was proposed to revisit Tempel 1. This would represent the first time a comet